Hello dear students, welcome to CR Digital Classes. Today we are going to deal with a topic which is interest on securities. Now this is a topic which is part of income from other sources. As you all know, there are five heads of income. One which is income from salary, income from house property, income from capital gain, income from business and profession, and the last is income from other sources. So these interest on securities, which is a topic, is part of income from other sources. Okay, now let's see what are the questions that are usually asked in context to income from other sources, where interest on securities is an important topic. As you can see previously, it has been a question has been asked on what are the different types of securities, which is a long type question. Then on tax free securities, which is a short type question, and bond washing transactions. You can see that they have been previously asked, and these are the important concepts from income from other sources, where interest on securities is most important. So let's understand what is the meaning of interest on securities, what are securities, how do we compute income from these securities. Okay. As you can see here, according to Section 2, Section 28B of the Income Tax Act, interest on securities or income on securities here, it includes two types of securities. Now, what are those? One type, as you can say, is based on issuing authority. That means who is making these type of securities or who issues these securities. So that is the issuing authority. Then it is another classification is based on the tax treatment. That is, as per the taxes paid, these securities have been divided. Okay. Now, the first type of security that you can see under issuing authority is that is government security. Now, government securities are those kind of securities which are or bonds which are issued by the government. Now, this can be central government or state government. So, if they are issuing any security, that comes under government securities and they are exempted from tax. Like you can see your treasury bills, national savings certificate, dated government bonds. These are the different type of securities, bills, bonds which are issued by the central or the state government. So they come under the government securities. Okay, that is why they are classified here as issuing authority. Who issues these securities? It is the government who issues these securities. That is why it is government securities. Next is local authority securities. Now, these local authority securities are something like your municipal bonds. We have municipalities governed by at every state. Now, those bonds which are issued by the local authority or the municipal authority of that particular area, that is called as municipal or the local authority securities. Okay. Then is next the corporate securities. Corporate securities are securities which are issued by any company, which can be private or public company. These type of securities come under the head corporate securities. There are different kind of debentures, bonds which are issued by different companies. Could be a private company or a public government company. Okay, this is a classification which is based on the issuing authority. That means who issues these shares or these securities. Okay. Next classification is based on tax treatment. That means for these type of securities, what is the tax treatment? Okay. First one, as you can see here, is exempted security. First one here, as you can see, is exempted securities. Now, the word exempted means that they are completely exempted from tax. That means zero tax will be paid. So here, exempted securities are securities where no tax is paid. They are completely ignored by the income tax department. So if you own any of these securities, you do not have to pay any tax towards it. So that is why they are called as exempted securities. For these examples like national savings certificate or electricity bonds, mostly exempted securities are issued by the government, mostly by the central government or the state government. So those type of securities are completely exempted from payment of tax. This is done. Why does the government does not want people to pay tax on this? This is because the government wants to encourage people to invest in the economy. So what happens? I buy anything like, let's say, national savings certificate. I invest my money. Now that money is rotated in the economy, right? And then I receive my interest at whatever intervals I have decided for. So that money is there in circulation for the economy. That is the reason why government allows these kind of savings or these kind of investments, so that there is the money circulates in the economy. Okay, for this purpose, to encourage people to save more or to invest more, there are no taxes which are imposed on these type of securities. That is the reason why they are called as exempted securities, which means they are exempted from payment of tax. Okay. Next type of security is tax free security. Now, tax free security meaning you do not have to pay tax, right? You are free from payment of tax. But what that means, do these securities do not carry any tax? Okay, no. Here, as an investor, like I told you, I have bought, let's say I have bought securities, tax free securities by X company limited. Okay, so it means I have bought those bonds by from X company limited, and they are tax free in nature. Who from where did I buy this? From X company limited. Okay, now this X company limited will pay tax before they give the interest to me. So it means uh, X company limited, that means the X company limited is the issuer. They are issuing the securities. They will pay tax on my behalf. That is why I do not have to pay any tax. So there is one security which I am buying. Okay, from where? From X company limited. Now this X company limited as a issuer, they are going to pay tax. I as an investor am not going to pay any tax. Okay, after the deduction, whatever amount is left, that amount comes as interest to me. Okay, so here this type of security is beneficial for those people who do not want to get into payment of taxes. They want hassle free income. Okay, that means no disturbance. I don't want to get into lines. I don't want to pay any kind of tax. All of these, the lazy people who just want to enjoy the income, for them these type of securities are best source of investment. Okay, so here, as the name suggests, tax free security, it does not mean that those securities will not be taxable. They are taxable, but who pays the tax? It is the issuer who is going to pay the tax. Okay, now let's take an example. Let's say Mr. Bhanu. Okay, he purchased securities of ABC Company Limited. Okay, now this ABC Company Limited is the issuer. Okay, so in case of tax-free securities, if Mr. Bhanu has purchased, this Bhanu will not pay any tax. It is ABC Company Limited who is issuing these type of securities will pay tax. So Bhanu does not have to go into the headache of payment of tax. Okay, so that is the meaning of tax-free security. Then what about the tax amount? Now, whatever is the income or interest which Bhanu receives, from that the tax amount is deducted while they are calculating the taxable income of that security. Okay, so for tax-free security, you need to remember that the issuer of that tax of that security will pay tax. Okay. Now, next is less tax securities. That means taxes are less, right? So here you need to understand that these type of securities, when they are issued, before giving the interest amount, at that time, at that point itself, tax is deducted. So it is called as TDS. The word TDS means tax deducted at source. Okay, tax deducted at source means, like, let's take the same example of Bhanu and ABC Company Limited. Okay, Bhanu is purchasing shares of securities of ABC Company Limited. ABC Company Limited, as a issuer, before giving interest to Mr. Bhanu, let's say they are given interest of 4,000. Okay, before this interest is given to him, there is tax which is already deducted at this point. So the actual interest which Bhanu was earning was 4,100. Okay. Actual interest which Bhanu should receive is 4,000. But he's receiving only 4,000 here, whereas the actual interest he had to receive was 4,100. That 100 is what? Tax which is paid by the issuer directly. So, at the time or at the source point, this tax is deducted, meaning Bhanu does not have to pay tax later on. Okay, so that is called as tax deducted at source. Securities where the tax is deducted at source or before giving the interest, those securities are called as less tax securities. Okay, so again I repeat, there are three types of securities. One, completely exempted from payment of tax. That means any such security is there, we totally ignore it. There is no tax paid on this. Then there is tax free security. What is tax free security? It is a security which is wherein the issuer of the security pays tax. The investor will not have to pay any tax towards it. That is why it is tax free. Coming to less tax securities. Now, less tax securities are those securities where the tax is deducted at source. That means before the interest reaches to the investor, the tax is deducted at that point. That is called as tax deducted at source, TDS. So these are the three different types of securities which are important for your exam. Now, as you have already seen in the previous year, tax-free security was separately asked as a short type question. So in a similar manner, any of these three could be asked as a short type question separately. Okay, and this is an important concept when we are talking about income from other sources. So dear students, as you have now understood the different types of securities that are part of income from other sources, this is another type of transaction which forms part of income from other sources, which is bond washing transaction. Now, for you to understand this better, now you listen to a story where, let's say, there are two people. One, these are two friends. Okay, so Haider and Prakash are two friends where Haider has he owns some kind of securities, okay, which for which he will receive some interest. Okay, now what does Haider do? Let's say every month Haider receives interest on 15th of every month. Okay, now on 15th of every month he receives some interest amount. What does Haider do is, on 10th of the month he transfers these securities to Mr. Prakash, his friend. Okay. So by 10th, who is the owner of the security? Mr. Prakash, because he has transferred it to his name, or he has sold away his security to Mr. Prakash. Now what happens on 15th of the month? Whoever is the owner of that security will receive the interest. Now, since Haider has already transferred the security to Prakash on 10th itself, on 15th, in Prakash's bank account, the interest amount will come, right? Because he is the owner now. Then, what happened is, after 15th, once Prakash has received the interest amount, on 25th of the month, Haider buys the security again from Mr. Prakash. Okay. Now, what happens here is, at the time of payment of interest or receiving of interest, Haider transferred his security to Prakash. So, what happens in the account of Prakash? This interest amount has come, right? Then on 25th, he repurchased the security. That means he repurchased that security again back from Prakash. Why did he do this? It is because Haider did not want to increase his tax liability, because this interest amount which he receives will, if he shows in his account, then he will have to pay tax. Now, what happens is, when a person transfers his security to another person who can be his relative, friend, family, anyone, okay, only for the purpose of transferring the asset to them, before the interest due date. Okay, before the interest due date, it is transferred, and then once the interest is credited to their family or friends account, it is again repurchased by the original owner. Okay, now then in this case what happens is Haider can escape from payment of tax. Basically it is not illegal, but he is doing it through legal ways or within the loopholes of the income tax laws. So this has been understood by the income tax department that yes, people can escape from payment of taxes by this. Now usually what is the case is Haider is a person who is earning more income. Let's say his income is around 10 lakhs. Okay. And Prakash is someone who is earning only about rupees 1,50,000. So what happens? This interest amount which Prakash receives will only add up to his income. Let's say to the math, he receives about 50,000 rupees as his interest on this security. What will happen? Income of Mr. Prakash will be rupees 2 lakh. But for a person to pay tax, his income should cross 2,50,000. So here there is no tax which is paid on that security which is originally held by Haider. So to escape this way, for this purpose, the securities are transferred to people or to friends, family, relatives, usually with lower income, so that they can escape from payment of tax. That means no tax can be charged on that. Why? Because their total income doesn't go beyond 2,50,000. So once that is credited, they again repurchase that share or that security. This is called as bond washing transaction, where you are transferring your security to another person for the purpose, for the benefit of reducing your tax liability. Okay, now that another person is usually a friend, family, or relative. Okay, and also with a low income, so that no tax can be paid on it. Okay, this practice of people has been understood by the income tax department. So what they have done is, even if it is transferred, the original owner of that particular security should pay tax. This is what the income tax department has come with a rule. So earlier, people used to do this practice where they had tried to reduce their tax liability by transferring the asset from one person to another. But as per income tax, now it is clear that even if you transfer the asset, the original owner, in our case Haider, the original owner of the asset should pay tax, even though he has transferred it to whoever he wants. He should pay the tax for that security interest which he is receiving. Okay. Now this is the meaning of bond washing transaction. So this is a very tactful method of reducing the tax liability. Okay. So these are the different types of securities which we have covered. As you all know, there are some securities which are classified based on the issuing authority, and some securities which are classified based on the tax treatment, right? And along with that, we have also covered the meaning of bond washing transaction. Now, bond washing transaction is an important concept. It has been repeatedly asked. You can see in short type, or sometimes it becomes a part question of long type. Okay, so make sure you are able to write properly about what is the meaning of bond washing transaction. If you wish to add some example like how we have just discussed, you can do that, so that will make your answer more creative. Thank you, dear students. I hope you've understood the different interest on securities. All the best from SIA Publication.